Antebellum, a mystery horror thriller directed by Gerard and Christopher Renz. I checked their resumes and I could be wrong, but I only saw short films and maybe I think like a music video. So I think this is their first real feature-length kind of debut here. Antebellum follows a successful author named Veronica Henley who finds herself trapped in a horrifying reality that forces her to confront the past, present, and future before it's too late. So if I had to guess, I would say that this movie definitely had a pretty decent marketing budget because I've been seeing it pretty much like everywhere for like the past year, and there's been quite a bit of hype surrounding it. Also, I think it was originally supposed to be released in theaters, but because of all the shit that's been going on, it was released to video on demand. But just to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag, I wasn't really feeling Antebellum. I see what they were going for, but nah. But before I go down that road, let me discuss the things that I actually liked about the film first, and then we'll get to that later in the review. Okay, so starting with the cinematography. Visually, I actually really liked the color palette for Antebellum. It was very vibrant and pleasing to the eyes. In particular, there was actually one low-angled Dutch shot which actually led into a very downhearted scene where a character is mourning the loss of a loved one. And a Dutch shot is just sort of like a tilted shot to kind of express suspense sometimes, or rather an intense moment. And there's something about this scene that I really loved, and I thought it was brilliantly shot. It's probably honestly my most liked scene or kind of short sequence from the whole film. So this cinematographer specifically, you guys have seen his work before. He's actually the cinematographer behind films like Don't Breed and The Girl in the Spider's Web. Pedro Luque. I believe I pronounced his name correctly, never sure. Not huge films, but I feel like I can see his growth skill-wise from his work with Antebellum. Also, I liked the score for the movie as well. Now I had to look these guys up. Nate Wonder and Roman Gianauthor, who seem to have more of a background from the music industry and not so much the film industry. But if this was their first time composing the score for a feature film, I gotta say these guys actually did pretty well. Now for character development, we have a very basic character-driven plot here. The character's stance on a particular issue makes her a target for the antagonist. Also, Janelle Monáe's performance as Veronica may have been the most interesting part about the film to me. Now, it wasn't a performance that blew me away or anything, but her on-screen presence is pretty solid. She just doesn't come off as a over-the-top actor. She seemed very chill throughout her scenes and sequences and things like that, and I really enjoyed that. Now, I know it sounds like I have a lot of good things to say about this film, and it may start to sound a little bit contradictory of my initial statement before we really got into the review, but I did not like the story for Antebellum. I mainly didn't like it because it feels like the movie just doesn't know what it wants to be. You are led to believe early on throughout the movie, and from the trailers as well, that there's some sort of serious mind-bending shit that's going on here. And I can tell you right now, whatever you were thinking that this film's twist probably was, I'm gonna say you're actually more than likely were wrong about that. I'm pretty sure it's probably way more underwhelming than what you actually were thinking. I'm willing to say that this film's delivery overall was probably way more underwhelming than what you were probably expecting the twist to actually be. Now, I know some people don't really get into the trailers. They don't really get caught up into the hype of trailers and things like that, and they want to be surprised when they enter the theater and they watch the film for the first time and kind of let their preconceived notions just be non-existent. But I'm the type of guy, I actually enjoy watching trailers for films. I want to kind of know what I'm getting myself into before I spend my money, go sit down for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and actually get into a film. Now, if I'm wrong with my assumption, which I probably could be, come back to the comments down below. Let me know if your expectations, if it did actually meet your expectations, or if you did kind of sort of think that it could be a twist like this, which I wouldn't know how you could figure that out, but even guess something like that. But if so, and you've seen the film, leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear it. So overall, I know this is kind of quick, but I'm giving Antebellum a 5.5 out of 10. Just giving my honest opinion, the film has its moments, but it also has these cringe moments where it thinks it's being more profound and revolutionary than it actually is. Mainly the performances just didn't feel like they were worthy of that type of praise from the audiences, but it was seeking that, and it just didn't seem like it was worthy of that. It mainly feels like they're doing everything they can to detour, or rather the film is doing everything that it can to detour the viewer from the point, just to end up with a disappointing conclusion, or rather underwhelming in my opinion. Now, hopefully I wasn't too harsh on this film. I feel like I wasn't. I feel like it does have potential and the right audiences are gonna like it. But honestly, for me, it didn't click with me, man. And you know, it's trying a lot of different approaches to a lot of issues that we're dealing with today, which is cool. A lot of films have done that I've seen, and they have delivered in a great way. But this film in particular, like I said, I felt like it was just trying to deliver something that's been delivered in a better way before, and they were trying to put a different twist on it, and it just didn't pay off within the film for me personally. But there you have it. Please leave a comment down below on your thoughts. If you guys have seen the film, if you were able to check out Antebellum this weekend, there's been a lot going on, especially with the PlayStation 5 stuff. Hopefully you guys are able to get yourselves one, but I know that's very distracting. A lot of movies coming out too, a lot of stuff going on top of, you know, the whole pandemic. So if you guys are actually able to check that out, leave a comment down below, man. Let me know what you thought about it. Thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.